I was about to call her back at 2047 when my phone buzzed with a text from Ryan at 2049. "You've ruined everything. This isn't over." I didn't respond. I just blocked his number and made myself some tea. I should have been scared or upset, but honestly, I just felt tired, and maybe a little proud of myself for standing up to him. I thought that was the end of it. I really did. But this morning, my phone blew up with 13 missed calls from Ryan's mom, his sister Cody, and several numbers I didn't recognize. Something had happened overnight, and based on the increasingly frantic voicemails, Ryan had completely lost it. Update. I'm finally ready to explain about those 13 missed calls. Thanks for being patient while I processed everything that happened. Also, sorry for the delay. My laptop decided to do a surprise 4-hour update right when I sat down to write this. So, where were we? I woke up Sunday morning after the birthday dinner disaster to find my phone blowing up with calls from Ryan's family and Cody. At first, I legit thought someone had died or something. My stomach did that awful dropping thing as I scrolled through the notifications. 5 missed calls from Tina, 3 from Kayla, 2 from Cody, and 3 from numbers I didn't recognize. I called Tina back first because she seemed the most worried, based on her voicemails, which were just variations of "Sabrina, please call me as soon as you can." She picked up on the first ring, sounding exhausted. Apparently, after Ryan stormed out of the birthday dinner, he'd gone on a complete bender. He'd shown up at his ex-girlfriend's apartment at like 2 a.m., drunk and ranting about how I'd ruined his life. The ex, who I didn't even know existed, was understandably freaked out and called Kayla, who had to go pick him up. But that wasn't all. Ryan had also spent the night sending unhinged messages to practically everyone we knew. He texted Cody, threatening to ruin him at work. Lol, good luck with that when you're about to get fired. He posted this long, rambling status on Facebook about how he was surrounded by snakes and how people would regret betraying him. Most concerning, though, was that he posted my address in a private message to his friend Pablo, saying he was going to make me pay for humiliating him. Pablo, who apparently has some moral compass, immediately called Tina and forwarded the message, which is why she was trying so desperately to reach me. I was sitting on my couch in my ratty old pajamas, hair still in yesterday's messy bun, trying to process all this information, while Tina apologized approximately 50 times for her son's behavior. I should have been scared, I guess, but honestly, I just felt tired. Like when your phone is stuck at 1% battery for hours, just waiting for it to finally die so you can charge it and move on. Tina insisted on coming over just to make sure I was okay, which was super sweet, but also made me panic clean my apartment. Nothing motivates tidying up like knowing someone's mom is about to see your living space. Am I right? I was literally throwing dirty laundry into my closet and scrubbing dried toothpaste off the bathroom sink when my doorbell rang. It wasn't just Tina. Kayla was with her too. They brought coffee and those little pastries from the bakery near their house, which, not going to lie, might be what I miss most about being with Ryan. We sat at my tiny kitchen table with the wobbly leg I've been meaning to fix for months, and they filled me in on the Ryan situation. According to Kayla, this wasn't the first time Ryan had lied about his life in college. He'd apparently told everyone he was on the baseball team when he'd actually been cut during tryouts. He'd once claimed to be talking to a popular girl who had no idea who he was. There was a whole pattern of him creating this fictional version of himself that was more successful, more popular, more everything. As they were talking, my phone kept buzzing with texts from friends who'd seen Ryan's social media meltdown. Vanessa was freaking out, wanting to come over with her boyfriend, who does kickboxing, just in case. She watches too many crime shows. My group chat was blowing up with confused messages about the dramatic subtweets Ryan was posting. That's when my doorbell rang again. I literally froze, wondering if it was Ryan. Kayla peeked through the blinds and let out a long breath. It was Cody. Apparently, Ryan had been blowing up his phone all morning too, and Cody wanted to warn me in person since Ryan had mentioned paying me a visit. So, there we all were. Me, Ryan's mom, his sister, and his coworker, sitting in my living room on a Sunday morning, trying to figure out what to do about this man-child throwing a tantrum because he got caught in his lies. If it wasn't so stressful, It would have been hilarious. Like, imagine explaining this situation to someone who wasn't there. Cody mentioned that their boss had already gotten wind of Ryan's social media tirade. Someone had screenshotted and forwarded it. So, Monday at work was going to be interesting. Kayla was worried Ryan might do something stupid if he lost his job on top of everything else. That's when my doorbell rang again. This time, it was the building manager, looking super awkward. Apparently, Ryan had been downstairs making a scene in the lobby, demanding to be let up to my apartment. The manager had refused, bless him, and threatened to call the police, at which point Ryan had stormed off, but not before yelling that I was a liar loud enough for the entire first floor to hear. Tina looked devastated. She kept apologizing and saying she didn't know where they went wrong with him. I felt terrible for her. Imagine realizing your adult son is basically a walking red flag. Kayla was more practical, suggesting I document everything, just in case Ryan's behavior escalated. We were all sitting there, trying to figure out what to do, when my phone buzzed with a notification. Ryan had tagged me in an Instagram story. Against my better judgment, and with everyone in the room telling me not to look, I opened it. So, my ex posted a picture of me from early in our relationship. It was me sleeping on his couch with my mouth open, captioned, "Miss Perfect, who ruined my birthday, isn't so perfect." The photo was slightly unflattering, but honestly, I couldn't help but laugh out loud. It wasn't the big revenge he was expecting. If that's the worst he could do, I was going to be fine. While Tina, his mom, was expecting me to get upset, I was already calling security, as Ryan had shown up at my apartment, pounding on my door and slurring, "I know you're in there. Open the door." Cody stood up like he was about to confront Ryan, but I had it covered. Perks of living in a building with good security. By the time the guard showed up, Ryan was kicking the door. The guard told him to leave, or he'd call the cops. There was some back and forth, then silence. The guard let me know that Ryan had left, but was still hanging out in the parking lot. Tina was mortified. She insisted on handling it herself, and honestly, I was glad. Ryan's dad came to pick them both up, and it just felt sad. After they left, Cody and I sat in stunned silence for a while. He finally asked if I had any alcohol, which felt like the right call for the morning we'd had. He split a bottle of wine I'd been saving for a special occasion, and this definitely counted. By the time Cody left, it was late afternoon, and I was emotionally drained. Vanessa came over to stay the night in case Ryan decided to make a return appearance, but thankfully, he didn't. We ordered pizza, watched bad reality TV, and tried to process the absolute soap opera that had become my life. The next few weeks were, well, an adjustment. Ryan got fired for failing to show up for 3 days and sending inappropriate emails to coworkers. He moved back in with his parents, which I only know because Kayla and I have kept in touch. She's actually pretty cool. We grab coffee sometimes. Ryan tried to contact me multiple times, leaving voicemails that ranged from angry to tearful to weirdly nostalgic. I saved them all, just in case, but never responded. He even created a few fake Instagram accounts to message me, but they were so obviously him that I just blocked them instantly. The weirdest part? Running into him at Target about a month later. I was in the home section checking out shower curtains, and there he was holding a pack of socks, looking like he hadn't slept in days. We made eye contact, and for a second I thought he might cause a scene. Instead, he just turned around and walked away, leaving his shopping basket in the aisle. That was 3 months ago. Now Ryan's moved to his uncle's place in another state. According to Tina, who still sends me holiday cards, awkward but sweet, his social media's gone suspiciously quiet. Kayla thinks his parents finally cut him off financially until he gets therapy. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. My apartment finally feels like mine again, now that I've rearranged the furniture and replaced all the stuff that reminded me of Ryan. The strangest outcome of all this? My unexpected friendship with Cody. We're not dating or anything, though Vanessa keeps trying to make that happen. We grab lunch sometimes and text about stupid TikTok videos. It's nice having someone who witnessed the whole Ryan saga and understands why I now have trust issues the size of Texas. Looking back at everything, I'm not angry anymore. Well, not just angry. I'm also weirdly grateful. Not for dating Ryan. Definitely not that. but for finding out who he really was before things went any further. Imagine if I'd moved in with him.